Hi, this is Viranjanilu, who are there in the call. Hello.
Hi Viranjnal
Hi,
Babu.
this is
This
Ben.
is Sindhu.
Hi sir, I'm Sahitya.
Hi sir, this is Sindhu.
Hey, hi, Sindhu. I heard three names: Pranit, Sindhu, and Sahiti. Right?
No, one more Sindhu.
I am
I hope.
also Sindhu.
Yeah, two Sindhus are there.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, hi, all.
Hi sir.
All are in US or India based?
I'm in US.
I'm from US.
Okay. Okay.
I'm
Good.
from
I'm
US.
also.
Okay. Good evening, all. Let's start our today's session. So, shall I? I will start with the overview of what are the topics that I will cover in this Oracle class. That is especially here on the SQL part, and later I will start about the basic architecture of the Oracle. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. Are you
Sir,
able to
hi
see
sir,
my
can we
screen?
record the class?
Sorry.
Record
Yeah,
the
the
classes
class will
soon?
be recorded.
Sir, can you share that to us? Because last time I did not get the thing, so that is the reason I'm asking you. I mean, last class I did not attend. I mean, we had a class on Monday, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I did not get that one. I did not attend on that day. Can you share that one if you don't mind?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'll share it.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, even to me, sir.
Okay, okay. I'll send all the people who have attended the call.
Okay.
Today's call.
Yeah, this is my first class. I'm just attending from today onwards.
Hey, hi, Stravan.
Hey, hi. This is my first class. I was just attending today from today onwards.
Okay, okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Are you people able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
First of all, I'll tell about my the total overall experience and before starting with, my full name is Viranjalilu Kokla. I have total 8 years of experience in this Oracle database and data warehousing technologies. This total 8 years completely I had worked in the backend process. Uh, yeah, you know about data warehousing, right? Okay, I'll tell about what is data warehouse. See, the Oracle is the database which will use it as a backend database for any application. And data warehousing is nothing but once these OLTP applications will enter data, that data will be stored into the Oracle. And from these OLTP databases, we used to club different businesses, and at the end, we will show some data warehouse. I will tell in briefly. Okay. Um, in this class, what are the topics that I am going to cover is about Oracle architecture, uh, how the backend process, like whenever you run the query, what will happen at the backend, I will tell clearly. That will deal with the Oracle database architecture. And I'll tell about what is the Oracle instance. When the user is connected to the database, what are the activities that user will do, that will be treated as one instance for that user. That I will tell in this session during the SQL classes. This is the query process. Once you have run any query, how that query will go to the server and how the server will go to the database and pick the appropriate record what we are requiring. This is a query process. I'm just giving the what are the things that I'll cover in this whole classes that I'm showing you right now. Got it?
Yeah.
Guys? Okay. And apart from this, what are different type of products that Oracle has released, and what are the additional features they have added for each version? I will tell you briefly. And after that, what are the different data types that we use in Oracle, and I will tell what are the limitations of each data type, and in real time for what type of column, what data type we need to keep during the database design and all. I will explain you. And coming to the SQL part. SQL statement basically divided into 5 types of languages based on the type of operation that we are doing on the database. They were defined as 5 types. Select will come under the data retrieval language, and insert, update, delete, image, whatever the operation that we are modifying the data. That is, modifying is nothing but manipulation, so we call it as a data manipulation. And the DDL is data definition language. Whatever the thing which we are creating a new one, or we are dropping anything, which basically this language deals with the table structure, not about the data. And the other thing is transaction control, commit, rollback, and save point. And this, as of Oracle developer, you should be very familiar with select class and insert, update, data retrieval language, and data manipulation. But as a Oracle developer, it is good to know about the other DDL and transaction. The 3 languages are important during this Oracle developing: data retrieval language, and data manipulation, and transaction control. These will play a critical role in this development. And what are the things, operators, everything I cover. For every end of the class, I will give up with these questions, and you need to come up with the answers. Exercise questions that will refresh your current running topic. And if you have any doubts, you can ask in tomorrow's class. If you have any doubt right now, you can ask in there itself. These are all character functions. Actually, this training material which was given during our initial, I was based in Satyan during the campus interviews. So this was a corporate training material which was given by Satyan in 2007. Okay. So overall, this is the thing: group by classes, joins, and all this how to revoke, how to grant permissions to the users, and how to give the privileges, and everything I will cover as in this Oracle SQL part. Okay. Okay. These are all the statements. Nothing is operators, integrity constraints, parent-child relationship. How we need to define, like, if at all any parent is removed, uh, those child records also has to be removed. How we need to implement in real time, how to cascade, and like everything like joins. There are different types of join: left outer joins, self join, right outer join, full outer joins. What is the sequence and how it plays a role in critical role in this application development. What is the view? There are three types: simple, complex, and inline view. And what is the index? How it plays a role while retrieving data from database. Locking mechanism is nothing but when if there are two users connecting to the same database, and one user is modified data until unless he completed the data, that record won't be shown up for the other user. If the other user also using the same operation, then it will go to deadlock condition. How we need to rectify the deadlock condition in real time, and everything I'll tell you. At the end of the class, what I will do is I will give sample tables, how to what are the data types we need to create and what type of data we need to enter. You need to create your own hands-on so that you will get the idea while doing those operations. If you have any doubts, I'll definitely help you. And after creating those tables, I'll give you the queries which has to be run on those tables. Say for example, in database, if you people are trying to create the same table with it will not allow. So for example, if Sindhu is going to create studies table, I will make her to do create table with studies underscore Sindhu, so that the table will be dedicated for Sindhu itself, right? So that the other person also will get hands on how to create the table. Got my point? Hello guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So what I'm telling is everyone has to get the hands on, so that in that way this material will be. In our corporate batch, it will be 120 members, so they will design a course in that 120 people has to get the hands on. And at the end, I will cover the OCP questions. These are the OCP, Oracle certification questions. These are sample, and whenever you are writing in exam, you will get the same similar set with different conditions. Okay.
Yeah.
This is the overall SQL sessions that I'm going to cover for 5 days. Is it sufficient for all, or do you need more classes?
I hope it would
5
be fine,
classes,
sir. I mean, you can just start down. If you have any doubts, we can proceed for extra days,
yeah,
I think.
yeah. What are
Because this is the starting
shown
class, we can't tell you how many days we want, right?
Okay, fine. Okay, can you people, can you tell yourself about your exposure so that I can continue with my discussion, like how depth I need to go and all. Sindhu, can you please continue yourself?
Myself?
Yeah.
Hello. Actually, at present, I'm taking my database Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm able to hear you.
Yeah, at present I'm taking my database class, so I have an idea of writing SQL queries. I mean, just now the semester was started, so
Okay.
I'm going with that.
Okay. And other days?
About me, I was totally new to this database classes. Like I was a electrical background. I was totally new for this. Just now, just started with your class.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Hi, sir.
I don't have
I'm
any
Sarita.
knowledge on SQL. This is the
Okay.
this is my first class.
Okay. Okay. And I see some other name Ramya.
Yeah, I'm
Total.
Sahitya. Yeah, I was registered on my friend's name actually. I have
Okay.
done my I'm done with my DB class actually.
Mhm.
I would like to learn this.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Okay. Let's go ahead and start our class today. See, I'll tell like why we are using this Oracle as a database to store our day-to-day data from an applications. See, in earlier days, what type of storage they have used? They have used some um, books to write their day-to-day activities in those books. Later, the CDs like that everything came, but these all are having only the limited space, and there are some constraints while retrieving data. It's like say for example, if we want any data, we have to ensure like on which book we have wrote or on which CD disk it was stored. So to rectify that problem, whatever the activities that the application performs, or whatever an institution performs, or any organization implemented their own database, so that whatever the activity that was performed by any institution or any organization, every activity will be stored in a Oracle database. So say for example, in an organization there will be different departments. Say for example, admin department, HR department, some programming department, some managers department, like that. So for each department, they do have certain activities. Based on activities, what they have performed, they will create particular tables that will store the activity of that department. Right? Got my point?
Yeah.
Yeah. So based on the department, what are the types of activities and what are the things they perform? Based on that, they will develop their own tables, and those tables they will keep it in a Oracle database. Do you know the difference between Oracle server and Oracle database? Anyone in this group? What is the difference between Oracle server and Oracle database?
No idea, sir.
See, okay. Oracle server is nothing but uh, which will run at the back on the top of database. Whenever you have given any query, that query select star from EMP if you have given. So what it will do is select star EMP will be given from client tool. If you are using a SQL developer, then SQL developer will be the client. If you use the background command prompt CLI, that CLI is nothing but a client. That query will go and hit to the server. Then the server will look for where this EMP is there, and it will go into that database and pull that data. What the query select star from EMP is, whatever the data that is present in EMP, that has to be collected by the Oracle server, and it is have to be return back to the client. So this actually this Oracle will support multi-user environment. See, if there is a what server is nothing but your machine. Say for example, if you are going for a personal Oracle, means if you are having own laptop, right? Hello.
Yeah.
Hello guys. If you have the own laptop, if you install the Oracle in your machine itself, so that Oracle server is nothing but your own laptop only. Okay. Database will be like the database will occupy some space in your laptop memory. That will be data whatever we are entering into that uh, database via Oracle server. That data will be stored in the Oracle database. Indirectly, Oracle database is stored in your laptop memory, hard disk. So coming to real time, how it will be is, since in real time the data which we are going to store in the database, that is a huge amount, not like our personal laptop. So the database will be installed in a separate big machine, like some big configuration computer. Like in organizations, they used to maintain some server room with all this big capability of storage this data. That the database will be installed in that big server machines, and we'll get access via our organization network. They will use some IP address for that server where we are storing the data. In our client machine, we need to use that host name and we need to connect to that server via office network, LAN or WAN, like that. Got my point? Hello. Hello
Yeah.
guys.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any doubts
Yes, sir.
as of now? What is
No.
the server? If you have any doubts right now, you can ask, and if you are good, you can
So when
tell. Go ahead.
it's
Okay.
on the server in our laptop, then both Oracle server and database will be the same.
Yeah, if you are installed in your own laptop, then both will be in your laptop only. If it is an organization, database will be installed in a big machine, and we used to connect to the database via network.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. If you go into the points, the database is stored on the server in the network. This server will be the big machine, big room which was maintained in our big organizations. For this server, they will give some IP address from our client machine, where I will show you that as SQL developer how we configure to that server. Okay. For every SQL statement which you have trying to run, for every SQL statement there will be some backend process will run. That SQL statement will go and hit to the server, and server will come to the database, and it will pull the data, and again the data will be sent to the client. This Oracle, it can be installed in any type of machine. We can install it in any server. You can use it in the Windows environment. But compared to other database, Oracle will be user friendly, and it will be easy to learn this database technology. Okay. See, what are the Oracle that you are installing in your machine, that will be called as a personal Oracle, where the client and server will be in the same machine. That type of thing is called a personal Oracle. And coming to the features of Oracle, it will that we can store a huge amount of data in the database. So it we can it can support the data concurrency. Data concurrence means like if select statement will be, say for example, Sindhu is trying to run select star from EMP from a database, and at the same time Sahiti also trying to run select star from EMP. So it will, the database will support both Sindhu and Sahiti. They can get data from the database. That is the meaning of data concurrence. This automatically locks and unlocks of this integrity of data. What that means is, like Sindhu is modifying some employee number 2, and the same employee number 2 is going to be modified by Sahiti. Then it will go for that it will check like from which user that request came first. So if Sindhu has given that request first to modify the employee number 2, then Sahiti won't get permissions to modify until Sindhu has given the permission. Okay, so Sindhu, how you will give permissions is, I have shown you like transaction control language, right? Commit, rollback, save point. Once Sindhu committed that transaction, then only that record will be shown to the Sahiti for modifying that any data for that employee number 2. Okay. Yeah, people, you have any doubt in this data concurrency? Ask me, I will repeat it. If you didn't get the point, this is very much important during the real time. Whenever you are developing any code, you need to make sure like this will happen at the back end. You should know the process. If you want me to repeat again, I will tell it again.
Yes, sir. Can you repeat once again?
Yeah. See, data concurrency means there are different types of languages that I told you. Okay. Data retrieval language is select statement. Select statement is nothing but we want to see what is the data inside the table. Select, see, you know, you people know how the table and all, you don't know, right? Hello?
I just have an
All
idea, sir. That's it. Not so deep.
the other people, anyone had any doubt like what is a table?
I have some
Not
idea
sure.
about that.
Even I have some idea.
Okay, table is nothing but it is containing a set of columns, and each row will be treated as a one record. Say for example, if employee details, we are storing the employee number, employee name, employee salary, and employee department are the column names. For each set, employee number, what is the employee number 1, employee name Sindhu, some salary 5,000, some department number 10. That will be treated as one record. So if we do the select star from that EMP, if you 5 people are loaded into that table as employees, so select star from EMP. So if you do that operation, those 5 records will come with your details. Employee number 1, what is his name, what is his salary, and which department. So to do that select statement, both any users can do those select operations, but DML operations only one user can do at a point of time, even that second. Once that one user has committed whatever the transaction that he has done, then only the other users will able to modify the data. For modify only, we are pointing this data components, this logs issue. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
What? And coming to this Oracle, we can it will be very easy to portable. Means like if you have developed any application using the Oracle background PL/SQL programming language, we can migrate that application to any operating system with very little limitations. Say for example, if you develop an application with a Java programming, when we want to install it in some other operating system, it will have some limitations. So each programming has its own certain limitation, but compared to all other programming languages, PL/SQL programming language, which was used at the background of application development, it will has a very less limitations, so that we can import that application to any operating system. Yeah, and other features are like database security. And database security, like whatever the data that is in a table, we won't give the table to all public, right? There will be some DBA will be there. That DBA has to get some approvals from appropriate table owner, like we can view that this user is access or not. Then only that data access to the table will be given to the users. It supports client-server architecture. Client-server architecture is a thing which I told you earlier. That client is nothing but from command prompt, from background where black screen will be there.
Yeah.
Where you will render that one, that will be command prompt, and the GUI is there. For this Oracle, GUI is nothing but a Oracle developer tool or code. Those will be called as a GUI, since we can interpret using graphics. So we call it GUI. Command based we will call as CLI. Okay. As of now, I covered client server architecture and what is Oracle and what are different features it is having and all. So far, do you have any doubts on this?
No, sir.
No, I guess.
About features and how the client server, what is the difference between Oracle server and Oracle database? All are good?
Yes, good. So
Can I go ahead with next one?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. See, coming to database structure, see, this database will be visualized in 3 levels. One is the physical level, and the other one is logical level, and other one is view level. Okay. What in the physical level, what it will is, it is having is, these physical level, we won't have any access to see those. Only Oracle DBS will have access to these files. You know the difference between Oracle DBA role and Oracle developer role? Yes. Okay.
No idea.
Okay. See, Oracle DBA is the person, see, in an organization, whenever you are installing a big database with big configuration, these generally developers won't do any installations. Only it will be installed by the Oracle DBS, database administrators. I'm hearing some noise. Okay. it will be done by Oracle database administrators. Those database administrator will give the configurations like how much size of memory they have to keep for data files, how much size has to be given for redo log files and control files. Those all will be maintained by the Oracle DBA person. Data files, redo log files, and control files. You can ask the question, what type of data will be stored in data files, what type data will be stored in redo log files and control files. Data files will store whatever the data that we are storing in a table. That whole data will be data which is stored in a table. Indirectly, that will be stored on a data file in the database. And a redo log file is nothing but, see, whenever you are doing some data manipulations, like whenever you are say for example, if you want to change the employee name from Sahiti to some Ramya, so if you do that operation, how will you do? Update from emp set ename equal to Ramya, where employee ID equal to 2. Like that you will run that command. If you run that command, that Oracle will do that operation and will take the backup of like old record is there, no? That record will be stored into redo log file. Whenever you do the commit operation, that record will be removed from that redo log file. If you don't want, again you want that employee to be replaced with Sahiti only, if you do the rollback, then the record which is stored in redo log file will be taken into and stored in that old place. So the old record will become when you do the rollback. So to mainly a redo log file will be storing some temporary operation files. And the other one is control files. Control files, it will use like where what is the database name that we are using and where this database is stored, everything it is holding, like whatever the like particular user, like what are the sessions that he has run, everything it will do. See, redo files during the failure recovery. If you are doing any manipulation and in between that was destruction, if then the old records, whatever the thing it is there originally, that will be replaced. That rollback commit operations will be there in the database level. When if you want to visualize this database, if you are installed in a personal laptop, you can visualize by going into this path where you have installed. Coming to the logical structure. Logical structure is nothing but see, for any database, it will be divided into this one. Logical structure means like the parent you need to know. For every database, you will get one table space, and table space will be divided into segments, and each segment it will have multiple extents, and in the extent you will have the blocks. That's where the logical structure will be. Whenever you install the database, then table space will be created automatically. This will be like in a hierarchy model. Table space will be at the top level. Under that, it will be divided into segments, and each segment again will be divided into extend and blocks. See the segments, it is having data segment which will store table data, and the index segment which will store the indexes, rollback statement which will store this one, temporary segment. Okay. So coming to the physical level, what are different types are there? Hello. Hello guys. Coming to the database architecture in the physical level, what are different types of them? Different types of files in physical level. Data files, redo log files, and control files.
Control files.
Yeah, data files is holding the data which we are storing in the tables. A redo log file which will be storing the temporary segment when we are doing the data manipulations. Control files is holding the data of where this database is stored and where this location of these tables and user information will be stored in the control files. Coming to logical level, what are the different things are there? Table spaces,
Segments.
Extents and blocks.
Yeah. Okay. That is far about this database and how it will be divided and all, everything is there. Then the overall coming to the architecture, this will be the very important in the while running your query. What are the things it will be happen? Okay. Mainly it is having two components. One is query processor component and the another one is storage manager component. Query processor component, what it will do, whenever the client has run any statement in the client to client side, that will be taken up by the query processor component. Okay, it will process the data and to enter that transaction into database or to get the transaction from database, storage manager will be taken place. So what are the things that are under query processor component is this one: DML compiler, embedded DML compiler, DDL interpreter, and query evaluation engine. These topics will be whenever, see for example, if you are trying to do any operation and that if it gives any like any type of error, like I mean to say like space is insufficient, some type of errors will get. And those are all dealt with the background process, and that those will be done by the Oracle DBS. They will go and interpret these type of compilers where the transaction has dropped off. Right. These topics, it is used by DBS. You don't need to have this one. Storage manager component, what are the different things are there? manage allocation of space on the disk. This will be dealt by the DBA during their installations. This is very important in the development point of view. What is a Oracle instance? How this is created and what is the role of it during in the real time when you are developing a code. Okay, see, Oracle instance is nothing but whenever you have logged into your database, then this instance will be started automatically under your user. If you have opened two instances, means like the same user, when you go into that control files which I told, right? In control file, under your name, there will be tell that so and so Sindhu is using the two instances, and that instance is running for a long time. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Oracle instance is nothing but whatever the operations that you do when you connect with your username. If you log in with one time and you have opened one window, I'll check with SQL developer if I'll having. Okay, tomorrow I'll install that SQL developer and I'll tell you how that instance will be shown and what are the things that we can have. See, whenever we have connected to the database, that instance will be created. Once the instance is created, for your username, there will be some SGA, System Global Area, that is allocated for. If you are running two operations, that will be divided. For only one user means, for your user, there is a certain amount of SGA will be allocated. System Global Area. When you run any operation, background background process will be there, right? So the allocation of memory plus this background process is called a Oracle instance. Say for example, I can say it in a example. Say for example, one particular person is there. Okay, he is having some memory, right? Hello.
Yeah.
He's having some memory, and he was given one book to write his day-to-day activities. Okay. So after 5 days, that book will be completed, and he will enter the data into another file, right?
Yeah.
So in that way, for a particular 1 year, he may get 14 to 15 books, right? He's writing day-to-day activities, and after 1 year, he may get 10 to 15 books.
Yes.
Okay.
So whatever the data he has written on the books, that will be treated as an database.
Okay.
Whatever the memory that he is having. 1 minute, it is calling. Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What I mean to say is he has written 15 books, and that those 15 books has having a data, right? So that 15 books data which is holding, those all 15 books, we can treat it as a database. Okay. Hello.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and the memory which he is having in your mind, right? That will be called as a system global area.
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And whatever the hands and legs which the person is having to do those, see, if he is a person, what he will do, he has to take some data from those books. He has to open those books, right?
Yes.
Intermediate, he is doing some operations to get whatever the data he want, right? So those hands and legs which we use to get that required data from those books, we treat those as the background processes.
Okay.
So the instance is nothing but what is the memory is having plus what are the things that he is using to get the required data, the hands and legs and everything. The combinedly will got as a Oracle instance. Got my point?
Yes.
Hello. Okay.
Yes, sir.
To get a data from a database, what are the intermediate operations we are using to get the data? Those will be treated as Oracle instance.
Yeah.
SGA consists of several memory structures. There is some shared pool in which, like, see, for example, Sindhu is one user and she connected and she has done like 14 to 15 operations. And if we go to the shared pool, she can see those, what are the 15 commands that she has run at the background. That's where this SGA will have storage.
Okay.
Got my point?
Yeah.
What are the statements that a user has entered when connected to the Oracle? Those all statements will be stored under that user in the SGA memory. That is what I am going to tell. Okay, and the database buffer cache. See, whenever you are see, for example, a table of employees, it is having 1 lakh records. Okay, and there are 5 departments, and out of that 1 lakh, there is one department 20, and in that department 20 there are 25,000 employees. If you are trying to delete those 25,000 employees in the department number 20, what you will do? Delete from employee where department number equal to 20. You do that statement and you will run that query in your user in your instance. So if you run that instance, so 25,000 employees has to be removed, right? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
Those 25,000 employees will be removed and stored in a redo log buffer.
Yeah.
Because if you run that statement and later when you mistakenly run that command, actually you have to delete department number 10 and you instead deleted department number 20. So how do you retrieve back? You are already done the delete operation and you have done a wrong operation. How to retrieve back? So in order to avoid such type of situations, what Oracle has provided is there is some redo log buffer where those 25,000 records for 20 department will be deleted. Those will be linked to temporary redo log buffer. See, you have not committed at that point. If you committed means you cannot get it back again. Hello? Yeah.
Yeah.
You all are Telugu? You are comfortable
Yes,
with Telugu? All people?
Yeah. I'm comfortable with Telugu.
Yeah, I'm too.
The other people?
Even, yeah.
Yeah, I am also.
Okay. I'll tell in Telugu so that it will be easy to understand.
Yeah.
ఒక ఎంప్లాయీ టేబుల్లో ఒక 1 lakh రికార్డ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. సో నువ్వు యాక్చువల్గా నిన్ను డిలీట్ చేయముందు డిపార్ట్మెంట్ 10 ఎంప్లాయీస్ డీటెయిల్స్ని డిలీట్ చేయమన్నారు ఆ టేబుల్లో. కానీ నువ్వు అన్ఫార్చునేట్లీ 20th డిపార్ట్మెంట్లో ఉన్న 20th డిపార్ట్మెంట్లో ఉన్న ఎంప్లాయీస్ని డిలీట్ చేసావు. సో ఇమ్మీడియట్గా దాన్ని రిట్రీవ్ చేయాలి అన్నప్పుడు ఆ 25,000 నీకు ఇమ్మీడియట్గా డేటాబేస్ నుంచి పర్మనెంట్గా డిలీట్ అవ్వవు. అదొక టెంపరీ సెగ్మెంట్ రీడూ లాగ్ బఫర్లో పెట్టుకుంటుంది. సో మీ ఫ్రెండ్ వెంటనే వచ్చేసి 20 10 కదా డిపార్ట్మెంట్ చేంజ్ చేయమని అంటావు. అప్పుడు వెంటనే రోల్ బ్యాక్ అని ఒక ఆప్షన్ ఉంటుంది Oracleలోనే. రోల్ బ్యాక్ అని ఒక ఆప్షన్ ఉంటుంది. ఆ రోల్ బ్యాక్ అని కమాండ్ టైప్ చేసినా కానీ నీకు వెంటనే వాట్ ఎవర్ ద డిలీషన్ ఆపరేషన్ యూ హ్యావ్ డన్ దట్ విల్ బి రోల్ బ్యాక్. సో అగైన్ దో 20 department 25,000 employees will be there in your table. Got my point?
Okay.
రోల్ బ్యాక్
Yes.
కమిట్ ఆపరేషన్స్ రెండు ఉంటాయి. కమిట్ అని ఎప్పుడైతే డిలీట్ చేసిన తర్వాత కమిట్ అని కొట్టావంటే ఇంకా నువ్వు ఏది చేసినా 25,000 ఎంప్లాయీస్ ని బ్యాక్ తీసుకురా. రోల్ బ్యాక్ ఆపరేషన్స్ అయితే తెచ్చుకోవచ్చు. హలో.
Yeah.
Sir,
You got the difference, right? When you commit means
Yeah.
you are telling the Oracle that I want it must and should.
Okay.
Rollback means you want to rectify that one. When we are doing this, when we are writing the Word document, like if you have done some wrong operation, you will go here and do some redo, right?
Yeah.
The same operation in the Oracle also.
Okay.
Control Z you will use for redo, right? The same Oracle is having a statement called rollback. If we give that rollback, then whatever the operation that we have given, that will be rollback.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And okay, that is a use of this redo log buffer. What is the use of database buffer cache is, say for example, you have run this same table, employee table, which is having 1 lakh employees details, and you have done the operation select star from employee table. Okay. So what it will do is, at a time those 1 lakh records won't be visible to you. The number of records that the database buffer cache can retrieve at one time, only those set of records only will be visible.
Okay.
Say for example, if you have run select star from EMP, if that database buffer cache will hold 10,000 records, at first slot it will bring 10,000. Okay. And if you do it more, then again next set of 10,000 will be pulled. In the same way, it will go and hit 10,000, 10,000. 10 times it will go and retrieve data and it will show into the screen.
Okay.
The database buffer cache will have some limitations, like one set of operation, how many records has to be retrieved, like that. In the same set of return also, you want to insert 1 lakh records. Those 1 lakh records won't be inserted at one time. What are the insert operation that you are doing? That 10,000 records, what we are going to insert, it will store the 10,000 at a particular point. Once that 10,000 is completed, it will go and insert into the table. Again, it will take 10,000 and it will insert. That is where this buffer cache will do. Got my point?
Yeah.
So in the real time, while you are writing a code or while you are doing some select star operations or any manipulation, these all lines has to be keep in mind, like one, this is the process that the backend may happen.
Okay.
Whenever you have connected the Oracle, that will be treated as a one instance. Okay. That instance will have system global area and Oracle processes. System global area is nothing but some memory, I told, right? This will be divided into shared pool, which will hold your history of comments what you have run on the database, and database buffer, whatever the records that you want to fetch, how many set of records, that will be depend on the data buffer size. These redo log buffer, which you will use whenever you are using rollback or comment statements, and Oracle processes are fetch operation, execute operation. This is the This is the process that will happen whenever you are run the query. This is the user process, right? User will run from the client only, right?
Yeah.
So whenever you have run any command, what it will do is parsing. It will, during the parse stage, what it will search is it will check for the syntaxes, whether you have written the statement in correct format or any syntax errors are there. Okay. After that, the execute will be provided. Execute, what it will do is it will go and tell the server, this is the data I want. During the fetch operation, that data will be fetched from the database and given to you. See, whenever user connect to the database, it automatically creates two processes. That is user process and the server process. User process is the application program that originates in the SQL statement. User process is nothing but the statements which you have given in the client. That is select star from EMP or update statements, like all those will be called as user process. Server process will be these three stages: parsing, executing, and fetching. During parsing stage, SQL statement will be checked, like syntaxes and everything. If you have run that SQL statement, select star from EMP, and tomorrow also you came and run the same statement, the data directly won't go to the database. It will be already there in your background shared pool. So data will be pulled from that shared pool itself. That's where parsing stage will do. And in parsing stage, like I told, it will check for the syntax, and the other thing is, like, if you are doing select star from EMP and that EMP table is not there in your database, then how come it will pull that data? It will tell table does not exist. Those type of syntaxes will be done in the parsing stage. In execute stage, what it will do, it will analyze the parsing stage. It will analyze the query and it will check the syntax, right? So it will check like what type of data it is the query want to give. That it will analyze, identify the rows selected, and it will give those like there is an optimizer. Whenever you have written a query, say for example, I'll tell one example, like you are going to log into the Gmail and you are giving user ID and password, right?
Yeah.
So how it is going to, you are creating some table for say for example, login is the table name. In that you are using two columns, username and password. Whenever you are giving a username and password correctly, only you are trying to log in, right? So the background in a PL SQL programming, for submit button, they will write a code such that this username and password is matching at the backend table or not.
Okay.
Whenever you return the submit button, that PL SQL programming will pull a particular username and password from the table, and it will give the success or failure message. That execution part will be taken by the execute phase. It will identify like there is some shortest path, longest path. That will be defined by the query which we have written in that submit button. If you didn't return a proper statement in that submit button, it will take 20 minutes or half an hour also. That's where the performance of the query will come. So this optimizer which will be there in this Oracle server, that will choose the correct shortest path and will give the output in a less point of time. అది ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ పేజ్లో చేస్తాము. ఈ ఫెచ్ పేజ్లో ఏం చేస్తుంది, సర్వర్కి వెళ్ళి రికార్డ్స్ మన బఫర్ సైజుని బట్టి 20 అయితే 20, 100 అయితే మన బఫర్ సైజుని బట్టి ఈ రికార్డ్స్ ఫెచ్ అవుతూ ఉంటాయి ఫెచ్ స్టేజ్లో.
ఓకే
ఓకే,
Yeah.
ఇవన్నీ ఏంది ఈ 3
బఫర్
స్టేజ్లు
సైజ్
ఎక్కడ
ఎంత
వస్తున్నాయి
నిజా
నీకు?
తెలుస్తుంది?
హలో,
అంటే బఫర్ సైజ్ ఎంత అని మనకి ఎలా తెలుస్తుంది?
అది బఫర్ సైజు మన డిబిఏ వాళ్ళు ఇస్తారనమాట. ఇది మనకి 20 అనేది నేను ఎలా చెప్పానంటే, ఇప్పుడు ఈ బఫర్ సైజ్ ఎక్కువ ఉంది అనుకోండి, నీకు సెలెక్ట్ స్టార్ ఫ్రమ్ ఈఎం పెన్ కొట్టగానే కొంచెం టైంలోనే నీకు ఎక్కువ రికార్డ్స్ వస్తాయి.
ఓకే,
ఇప్పుడు ఈ బఫర్ సైజు అదే 100 పెట్టుకున్నాం అనుకోండి, ఎన్ టైమ్స్ ఆపరేషన్స్ చేయాలి, మోర్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ ఫెచెస్ చేయాలి కదా. సో ఈ బఫర్ సైజు మనకి ఇచ్చిన అలొకేషన్స్లో మ్యాక్సిమం అలొకేట్ చేసేస్తారు.
ఓకే,
అప్పుడు నీకు డేటా రిట్రీవింగ్ ఫాస్ట్గా ఉంటుంది బ్యాక్ ఎండ్లో.
Yeah.
ఓకే, డిఎంఎల్ ఆపరేషన్స్, ఈ ఫెచ్ ఇవంతా మనం ఏం చేయమన్నమాట. బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ డిబిఏ వాళ్ళు అసైన్ చేస్తారు. డేటాబేస్లో ఇంత బఫర్ సైజ్ ఉంటుంది ప్రతి ఒక్క యూజర్ కానీ, మనం అదేం ఆల్టర్ చేయలేము, ఏం చేయలేము. మనకి అంటే ఇప్పుడు మనం ఏదన్నా హ్యూజ్ క్వరీస్ రన్ చేస్తున్నాం అనుకో, అప్పుడు మనం ఒక టికెట్ రైజ్ చేస్తాం రియల్ టైంలో DBA వాళ్ళకి. సో అండ్ సో query I am running and this query I have to run on daily basis. For this operation it is taking a lot of time. Can you please increase my buffer size? Will give. So for our user they will improve the buffer size for our user ID in the real time.
ఓకే.
Yeah, during the DML operation what we will do? DML is nothing but data manipulation, right? What we are doing the operations, we can update the data, we can delete the data, we can insert the data, we can match the data. So in DML operation there will be 2 stages, parsing stage and execute stage. Fetch stage won't be there, right? DML is nothing but we are giving input to the database, right? Hello?
Yeah.
Hello guys, getting my point?
Yeah.
In DML we are getting
Yes,
only
sir.
2 operations, parsing and execution. Fetch is not there.
Okay.
Fetch will come into the picture whenever we are selecting it, right? Whenever we want any retrieving data from database, fetch operation will come. But in DML only parsing and execution will be there. Parsing is nothing but checking the query syntax and it will process the query. Execute means it will insert the data or update the data on the database. In DML execute phase, the things which I told you, right? Whenever Sindhu is connecting at one instance and at the same point of time Saiti also connected and they are trying to modify same employee number. So whoever the instance that was hit first time, it will, the Oracle will give first preference to that user. Once that user committed, only the other user will have. ఇది ఏంటంటే అప్పుడు సింధు కనెక్ట్ అయింది, సింధు ఒక ఎంప్లాయీ ఐడి ఒక ఎంప్లాయీ నేమ్ చేంజ్ చేయాలనుకున్నాం. సో ఆ ఎంప్లాయీ ఐడిది సేమ్ ఎంప్లాయీ ఐడిని సాహితీ కూడా చేంజ్ చేయాలనుకున్నాం. సో అలాంటి టైంలో ఎవరికి ఎక్కువ ప్రిఫరెన్స్ ఇస్తుంది, ఎవరు చేసిన తర్వాత ఎవరు చేయాలి అనేది ఈ ఫేజ్లో ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ ఫేజ్లో చూసుకుంటాం. సింధు ముందు కనెక్ట్ అయింది కాబట్టి సింధుకు ముందు ప్రివిలేజ్ చేసి అది కమిట్, ఆ రికార్డ్ని కమిట్, ఇంకా నాకు దాంట్లో చేంజ్ ఏం లేదని కమిట్ అని ఒక ఆపరేషన్ ఉంటుంది. ఆ కమిట్ అని కొట్టిన తర్వాతనే సింధు ఆ రికార్డ్ మీద ఏదైనా చేయగలదు. ఆ కమిట్ కానీ రోల్ బ్యాక్ కానీ కొట్టనంత వరకు సింధుకి ఏం ప్రివిలేజ్, సాహితీకి ఏం ప్రివిలేజెస్ రాదు ఆ రికార్డ్ మీద. అది ఆ టైప్ ఆఫ్ ఆపరేషన్స్ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్లో ఈ డిఎంఎల్లో చూసుకునేది ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ ఫేజ్లో. ఓకే,
Yeah.
that rollback and commit all will come under this one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
ఈ వర్షన్స్ గురించి నేను రేపు చెప్తాను. 9 కాంచి ఏమేమి యాడ్ చేశారు, ప్రెసెంట్ ఏ వర్షన్ రన్ అవుతుంది, అది రేపు చెప్తాను. ఓకే.
Okay. So
ఇప్పుడు వరకు ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే పాయింట్ అవుట్ చేయండి.
సో ఇప్పుడు చెప్పినవన్నీ షేర్ చేస్తారా సార్ మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి?
ఈ టాపిక్ వరకు నేను షేర్ చేస్తాను. ఇది మీరు గో త్రూ అయ్యి ఈ టాపిక్ లో ఏమన్నా మీకు డౌట్స్ ఉంటే నాకు రేపు మార్నింగ్ క్లాస్ లో అడగచ్చు.
షూర్ సార్.
Okay.
Yes sir.
ఇప్పుడు నేను కవర్ చేసిన టాపిక్ వరకు మీకు పంపిస్తాను.
Sure sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. You have to
Yes.
get with a lot of questions, then only our discussions will go. Because see, if you ask question, now you have asked one buffer size, right?
Yeah.
How we need to give. So in the real time, how we are using that one, I will tell you, like, and that will be helpful for you in future. If you want to ask question, I won't tell you like a good example. If you ask a question, I can come up with a good example, and I can elaborate it in the real time how it will be useful.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, so you should thorough with this part.
Okay sir.
Okay.
And these logical levels, these all no need. You need to appropriately come with the Oracle instance. What is the Oracle? Whenever Oracle instance is there, what are the things that is happening at the background? This process has to be known perfectly by you people, as your people are going for a developing Oracle development.
Okay.
Yes, got my point?
Yeah.
In real time, you should be careful about this one. Oracle instance is very much important.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And all other things which is this Oracle client server, these setup, environment setup, all will be done by DBA people. We don't need to bother about it. Okay.
Okay.
But you should be perfect about Oracle instance.
Yeah.
Okay. And these features and all, you should go through it, and you can know like this. This is the feature my Oracle database is having. But in the real time, it won't be come into picture. During interview point of time, they will ask it. This the database architecture, physical level, logical level, and view level is there, right?
Yes sir.
Yeah.
This also will be taken care by these people only, DBA people. Physical level, logical level, how the table spaces. They will just give the environment to you, and you should know how we are using it.
Okay.
Up to above the Oracle instance, all will be dealt by Oracle DBA people only. And you people come to know like what is the Oracle database, and you have to know the difference between Oracle database server, what is the database, and what is the difference between database server. Okay. Apart from this, Oracle instance, be perfect by tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any doubts as of now? You can ask right now. I have another 10 minutes of time.
I hope there are no doubts from. అంటే కొంచెం చదివితే ఏమన్నా వస్తుందేమో మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి చూస్తే ఇప్పటికైతే ఏం లేదు సార్.
ఓకే. నీకు అది డేటాబేస్ టేబుల్ ఎందుకు క్రియేట్ చేస్తున్నాం, అసలు డేటాబేస్ ఎందుకు క్రియేట్ చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది అనేది తెలిసింది కదా? హలో హలో
Yeah, hello.
Sir. Yeah, no.
ఇప్పుడు నేను ఒక ఎగ్జాంపుల్ జీమెయిల్ తీసుకుంటున్నాను అనుకోండి. ఇప్పుడు జీమెయిల్లో మీరు యూజర్ ఐడి పాస్వర్డ్ ఇవ్వగానే లాగిన్ అవుతున్నారు కదా?
Yeah.
యూజర్ ఐడి పాస్వర్డ్ లాగిన్ అనగానే లాగిన్ అవుతున్నారు. సో అది బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ లో యూజర్ ఐడి ఆ పాస్వర్డ్ ఎక్కడో స్టోర్ అవ్వాలి కదా?
Yes.
ఆ యూజర్ ఐడి పాస్వర్డ్ స్టోర్ అయ్యే దాన్ని టేబుల్ అంటాం. టేబుల్లో యూజర్ ఐడి పాస్వర్డ్ అనేది కాలమ్స్ అవుతాయి. సో నువ్వు ఎప్పుడైతే లాగిన్ అని కనుక్కున్నానో ఆ లాగిన్లో బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్లో ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ వస్తారు. జావా వాళ్ళు జావా ప్రోగ్రామింగ్, .NET వాళ్ళు .NET, PL/SQL వాళ్ళు PL/SQL ప్రోగ్రామింగ్. జావా వాళ్ళు జావా ప్రోగ్రామింగ్లో వాళ్ళు మొత్తం ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ రాసి ఫైనల్లో హిట్ ఆ టేబుల్ మీదకి వెళ్తుంది. ఆ టేబుల్ నేమ్ లాగిన్ అయితే యూజర్ నేమ్ ఇది పాస్వర్డ్ మ్యాచ్ అయితే సక్సెస్ అని, లేకపోతే ఫెయిల్ చేయమని చేస్తారు. PL/SQLలో ఒక ఫంక్షన్ రాస్తారు. ఆ ఫంక్షన్లో సక్సెస్ ఆఫ్ ఫెయిల్యూర్ మెసేజ్ బట్టి లాగిన్ అయిపోతుంది. మనం ఏదైనా కానీ ఈ డేటాబేస్ని విజువలైజ్ చేస్తున్నామంటే ముందు అప్లికేషన్లో ఇప్పుడు ఏదన్నా అప్లికేషన్ ఫామ్ ఫిల్ చేస్తున్నాం సమ్ ఎంట్రన్స్ ఎగ్జామ్కి. సో ఆ ఎంట్రన్స్ ఎగ్జామ్కి అప్లికేషన్ ఫామ్ ఫిల్ చేయగానే ఆ డేటా బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ వెళ్ళి ఎలా ఉంటుందంటే ఆ అప్లికేషన్ ఫామ్ ఫ్రంట్ ఎండ్లో మనకి ఏమైతే బాక్స్ కనపడుతున్నాయో బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్లో ఆ బాక్స్కి సంబంధించిన కాలం నేమ్స్ డిఫైన్ చేసి ఒక టేబుల్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తారు. అదనమాట. ఏ అప్లికేషన్ చూసుకున్నా కొన్ని ఆన్లైన్లో నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ అప్లికేషన్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఆ అప్లికేషన్స్ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ డేటా స్టోర్ అయ్యేది ఆ టేబుల్ ఫార్మాట్లో. అందుకు ఒరాకిల్ డేటాబేస్కి ఎంత ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఇచ్చింది. ఇది ఏమంటే ఇన్సర్ట్ చేయటము యూజర్ ఫ్రెండ్లీ, కొంచెం ఈజీగా ఉంటుంది. మన అనలిటికల్ ఈ లాంగ్వేజ్ లాగే మనం మాట్లాడుకునే లాంగ్వేజ్ లాగే ఉంటుంది. ఆ క్వెరీస్ కూడా ఫ్రేమ్ చేసేటప్పుడు మీకు క్లియర్గా అర్థమైపోతుంది. ఓకే, అది ఈ ఇన్స్టాన్స్ మటుకి చాలా జాగ్రత్త చదవండి, చదివి అర్థం చేసుకోండి. దీంట్లో ఇంకేమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే నాకు రేపు క్లాస్లో అడగండి.
ఓకే సార్.
హలో.
Yes sir.
Yeah.
So,
Oracle instance is very much important in the real time.
okay.
Okay guys.
Yeah, okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thanks.